Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Jams Tea Podcast, where we spin the jams and spill the tea. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the fourth annual Jams and Tea Music Quiz. We have been doing this yearly ever since we started the podcast way back in 2020, where each year we decide to go head to head, the host of this podcast, with some music trivia.
Yes,
Yeah!
absolutely. We do this every year, June or July, and it's become something of a tradition. I don't know that we could ever stop doing it, no matter what this channel turns
You
into.
motherfuckers ever seen Jeopardy? Well, this is not a thing like it. So get your ass prepared.
So, for those of you who've never watched a Jams and Tea music quiz before, here's how it's going to work.
We have 8 rounds, and each round has a theme. Each of us have prepared 2 main questions for each round, and answering a question correctly nets you 2 points. The questions will be asked from one person to another, so in each round, each person will get to ask and answer a question twice. At the end of each round is a bonus question, prepared by one of us for the other 3 to answer. A correct answer to the bonus question is worth 4 points. Each of us also gets to pick one of the 8 rounds to be their double points round, based on what subject they think is going to be their strongest. A correct answer to a question in your double points round nets you twice the score. Additionally, in each round, if a player gets their question wrong, the others get an opportunity to answer in ascending order from the person with the fewest points. At the end of the game, there will be a final 9th round, for which each of us have prepared one question for the 3 others. This question has to have a numerical answer, and more points will be awarded depending on who is closest to the correct number. But we'll get to that later.
So, we hope you'll feel compelled to play along at home, and we hope that you'll share your score with us, share what questions you got right, share what you thought of the questions, all that kind of thing in the comments below. Worth noting as well that Jake is currently the defending champion of the Jams and Tea Music Quiz. I won in 2020, and then Jake won in 2021 and 2022. So really one of the underlying themes of today, lest we address it directly, is that, we're kind of rooting against Jake here. and Jake's going to have to...
I think today his reign ends.
Look, I'm accepting all challengers. Also important, and we keep note that this has stakes, because like last year, we assigned based on who got what placement in the quiz. We assigned a discography to each of our fellow podcast mates that they had to listen to. And for example, I gave Morgan, who was in, I think, 2nd place. I gave Morgan the discography of Gorguts, I gave Riley the discography of Muse, and I gave August the discography of Toby Mac. So basically, in descending order of quality, I think we'll probably stick to that, perhaps.
Yeah. The winner gets to make the other 3 essentially listen to whatever they want, but the person who comes in dead last, the idea is that they get something particularly undesirable.
And then they have to talk about it on the weekly show that we do. So
yeah. Okay, without further ado though, let's get underway. Round 1 is popular music. And the first question of the Jams and Tea annual music quiz for 2023 is Jake's question to ask me.
Which of these notable electronic artists does not have a remix of a track on the deluxe edition to 9 Inch Nails' Hesitation Marks? Is it A, Health, E, Todd Rundgren, C, 10 Tricks Point Never?
Who the fuck is listening to the deluxe edition of Hesitation Marks? I mean, great album.
Me, motherfucker!
Yeah, like
I thought you were going to say, like, the remix album to Downward Spiral, which I actually know, or the remix album to The Fragile, or something like that, but fucking Hesitation Marks.
well, that would be easy.
So Hesitation Marks obviously came out in 2013. I'm trying to think who was big around then. I mean, the obvious standout in terms of being a bit weird of those 3 is Todd Rundgren. I mean, obviously he's known for mixing and producing music, but he's also like ancient. So I don't know if I would have expected that, but that makes me think you probably didn't make him up. Health and OPN both makes sense for both that they would remix. I know Health have done a lot of remixes, and Health are kind of an industrial band as well, so that makes sense. OPN to me sounds the most like one you would invent as a wrong answer, so I'm gonna guess OPN.
Incorrect.
Oh shit! because we're all tied on 0, I think it makes sense to go from the standings of last year's quiz at the end, which would mean that August gets to guess first.
All right.
Okay.
In that case, I'll guess health.
Correct, August.
Yeah.
Okay. So August gets a point.
The Isn't Everything collaboration, which was like the year before last.
Mhm.
And so they have done something, but not
Right.
That was
then.
why I picked them.
August gets the first point of the game.
Yay.
Second question is August's question for Jake on popular music.
Which of the following 2020's Taylor Swift hits did not peak at number 1 on the charts? Was it Antihero, Cardigan, Lavender Haze, or Willow?
Oh, that's tough.
And I will
Okay.
say 3 of these got 1, 1 got 2.
Oh, okay.
So-
So it's close, is what you're saying.
It is close.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut here. Lavender Haze.
Lavender Haze is correct.
Damn it.
Yes.
That means Jake gets 2 points for getting his question correct. All right. This time it's Morgan's question for August.
Which of the following beloved artists had more than a single Billboard Top 40 hit? So essentially, these are all artists you would think would have a bunch of Billboard Top 40 hits, but only one of them had more than one.
All right.
Choices are A, Blink 182, B, Grateful Dead, C, Nora Jones, or D, Fall Out Boy.
Oh boy. Huh. You know what? My gut here is I'm gonna go with Grateful Dead.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Wow.
Guess it was just Touch of Grey.
That was the only one.
Ah, damn.
I go next, and I'm like my logic brain is twisted in this quiz because I'm thinking less about what I think the answer is and more I think about what the least likely answer would be in terms of question construction.
Yeah. Same.
So
That's dangerous.
my heart's telling me that the right answer is probably Blink, but no, I'm not going to say Blink. I'm going to say Nora Jones. That's my answer.
It is incorrect.
Yeah, of course it is. Fucking why did I think it would be that?
So that leaves me.
So that does leave
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guess was going to be Blink. Is it Blink?
That is incorrect.
Oh,
it is
thank God.
Fall Out Boy.
Wow.
Fall Out Boy
Wow.
have 4 top 10 hits. In the mid 2000s, earned half a dozen top 40 hits in the process.
Jesus.
Yeah. See, now you said that, I'm like, why the fuck didn't I guess Fall Out Boy? That was so fucking
Yeah.
made so much sense. Anyway, good question. All right. Next is my question for Morgan. And it is, which of the following songs was the only one to make it to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100? The other 3 all peaked at 2. A, Lady Gaga, Bad Romance. B, Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. C, Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone. D, Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud.
I want to say Call Me Maybe was at number 1 for like 6 weeks or something stupid. So I'll go with that.
That is correct. Well
Oh
done.
yeah, Grandma.
Hey, Carly.
I was hoping that would lead whoever I gave it to overthink, but no, you zeroed in and you got it completely correct. Yeah, Bad Romance, I think, is one of the most like kind of infamous. It only made it to number 2, as is Since You've Been Gone, and Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud. I mean, he's got enough number 1s. No one cares that one didn't hit the top.
Yeah, he would have been my guess, honestly.
So very good. Morgan kicks off with 2 points. All right. We go around again, and this time it is Jake's question for August.
Dear.
Who is credited on drums for multiple songs on Taylor Swift's Midnights?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A, George Daniel of the 1975. B, Dylan O'Brien of Actor. C, Zoe Kravitz. C, Before. And D, Maya Hawke.
Of just the human race?
Nepo baby.
Acting.
Of
Okay, fair
Ethan
enough.
Hawke's balls.
I see. I see. This, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pretend I'm thinking here, but I have nothing to base this off of. 1975, man.
George Daniel.
Yeah,
Nope.
damn.
Who's
Um,
next?
I'm next. I'm still on 0. Dylan O'Brien
Correct.
just came to me. I had to take myself back because I knew I read that when we were prepping for our review. But George Daniel was a good guess because he's done a lot of like electronic drumming stuff.
I thought so.
Some people would not
Well,
call
and
drumming.
Dylan O'Brien, Zoe Kravitz, and Maya Hawke were all in attendance during the Eras tour, which was my thought.
Of course they were. All right, next question is August for Morgan.
Yes, this seems like a fun one. Morgan, so tell me, how many years was Eminem married to Kimberly Ann Scott? Was it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
Jesus Christ.
That's evil.
I reject the premise of this entirely. I'm gonna guess 4.
4 is correct.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Well
It is
done.
1999, 2000, 2001, and 2006.
Wait.
That's right, because they did get back together. I remember.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's so
And that's precisely why that question is funny.
Yeah.
wow.
Well done. All right. So that means that, Morgan has nailed both of his questions, which is great for him. Next is Morgan's question from me.
I kind of hate this question.
Thanks.
Oh boy.
Which of the following K-pop artists appears in the HBO show The Idol? Is A, Jennie from Blackpink, B, Tiffany Young from Girls' Generation, C, Baekhyun from EXO, D, Joshua from 17.
Jesus. I mean, I don't fucking know. I only know one of those bands, I think. I'm
I
gonna
hate that I
say
didn't have to look anything up for this.
I'm gonna say just because it's the only one I know, but also just because it did kind of ring a bell. I'm gonna say the Blackpink girl.
That is correct.
Yes.
Hey,
Let's go.
nice.
I think I did see that somewhere. That feels good. Next is my question for Jake, which is Taylor Swift's Midnights and Harry Styles' Harry's House were unsurprisingly the two biggest selling vinyl records of 2022. But which of the following records came in third? Wet Legs self-titled, the 1975s Being Funny in a Foreign Language, Muse's Will of the People, Arctic Monkeys' The Car.
I'm guessing that the other options are there because they're also like the highest ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of these are in the top 10 biggest selling vinyl records of last year.
I can't even pretend to like know which one of these are. I have no logic for it. So I have to reverse engineer this as a question you would ask.
I mean, you could have the logic of which one of these records do I think would be the most successful commercially.
Well, no, I think you would pick the one that it would either be the most funny or notable one to actually be that. And I feel like just because we've made a joke, I'm going to say Wet Leg.
Wet Leg.
Yeah.
Is incorrect. Which
Fuck.
means that August gets to take the first
Oh boy.
runners-up jab at this.
You know what? My sentiment is that of those, Muse fans are going to be the ones to most willingly purchase a vinyl record, so I'm going to say Muse.
Muse is incorrect.
You fucking pieces of shit fan base, buy more vinyl so I can get the question correct.
Which means that Morgan gets a 50-50 on this one, between 1975's Being Funny in a Foreign Language and Arctic Monkeys' The Car.
I'm going to sort of peer into the minds of the average Arctic Monkeys fan here. And those are mostly people who like buying vinyl. So I'm going to go with the Arctic Monkeys.
That is correct.
Hey.
I can
Nice.
reveal that, Arctic Monkeys came in third. I'll give you the full top 10 because it's pretty funny. Number 4 is actually Liam Gallagher's album, Come On, You Know.
That makes sense, unfortunately.
I guess.
The 5th biggest selling vinyl record of 2022 is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
That's right. That
Um,
is
Yeah, hell
right.
yeah.
That's funny.
The next best option you could have gone from the ones I chose was number 6, which was Wet Legs, self-titled. And then number 7 was the 1975's Being Funny in a Foreign Language. Number 8 was Arctic Monkeys AM. So they're in the top 10 twice. Number 9 was Fontaine's DC's Skinty Fear.
What
And
the
Oh,
fuck?
no, it wasn't.
And then
Shut up.
number 10 is Muse's Will of the People.
Fucking stinky feet ass album. Fuck you.
Anyway, so well done, Morgan, on getting that one for a bonus point. All right, now it brings us to the end of the round and time for the bonus question. So that bonus question is August
Me,
to
if I
ask.
remember. Yes. Thinking back to Morgan's question about the idol, I'm going to ask you a question about that show's star. What is the nationality which The Weeknd, Abel Tesfay's last name, originates from? Is it A, Nigerian, B, Ethiopian, C, Algerian, or D, Ugandan?
Going with my gut here. Just not everything
right.
in it.
As you probably shouldn't, unless you know a fair bit about
I've got like
African nomenclature.
I've got logic for this, which is, that's good enough for me.
Reveal your answers on 3, 2, 1. Jake, you have the correct answer. It is an Ethiopian
Thank you,
last name.
Mike the Snare.
Wow. See, I went
For fuck's
Algerian
sake.
because I thought he's from Canada. Canada's got a lot of French people. French people were really big in colonizing and being terrible in Algeria. That was my only logic.
Big
Those
in
people were big in
Japan.
Algeria.
Big and now, yeah. Okay, cool, fine. So at the end of round 1, the scores are as follows. Time for round 2, which is title trivia. So to be clear, this is any question that pertains to the title or titles of albums, songs, bands, anything music related. First up is Jake's question for Morgan on title trivia.
Which of these is not the name of an Omar Rodriguez Lopez solo album?
I'm going to stop you right there. I have the same question.
No, you do not.
I do.
Well,
Wait,
this is
he
fine.
has-
Jake gets the question, and Morgan will just have to use his bonus question for one of his 2 questions in this round.
A, absence makes the heart grow fungus. B, despair. C, malignant vanilla hormone parade. Or D, woman gives birth to a tomato.
So which of the following is not?
Yeah, which is not.
It'd be embarrassing if you don't get this, if you have the same question, Morgan.
Don't be a dick.
Well, first of all, dude has like roughly 70,000 solo albums, so I can't possibly remember all of them.
I would expect you to.
Well, that's your issue, isn't it? I'm gonna guess D.
Woman gives birth to a tomato.
Sure.
Incorrect.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh. Okay, it's
All
August's turn.
and I do have a guess. I believe it is malignant vanilla, because that sounds the most like just a slurry of Jake sounding words.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Nice. Very well done. Good scored bonus point there. Okay, next up is August's question for me on title trivia.
How many projects has Toby Mac released that include the words diverse city? Is it A2, B3, C4, or D5?
Projects. Okay, so let's establish some parameters here.
Yes,
We're talking
projects. This
albums,
is albums,
EPs?
remixes, live releases, and EPs.
Okay.
So
Remixes. So you mean like remix albums?
Yes.
Right. So okay. So what I'm thinking
So this is about as broad as you can get.
So the options are 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yes, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Same as the Eminem question, I think.
Same as the Eminem question.
What I'm thinking is, obviously there's Welcome to Diversity, and I'm sure there's probably a remix album that's got Diversity in the title. I'm pretty sure there's one called Christmas in Diverse City too. So that's 3. The question is whether Christmas in Diverse City has a remix album, and the idea of a remix album of a Christmas album is amazingly funny to me. I can't convey how amusing that is. I don't know if that exists though. Rather than overthink it and start inventing things, I'm just going to go with 3.
And you got it right. It is 3.
And was I right? Was it diverse?
Yeah, those were the 3. It's Welcome to Diverse City, Renovating Diverse City, and Christmas in Diverse City.
See, the only reason I got that was because when you came on the Now episode and you were talking about, like, just the other day, and you were talking about
Eye on It.
I got, because whenever someone is talking about something they're listening to, I always just habitually get the Rate Your Music page up, and so I saw that then, and it's the only reason.
No, yeah, this is one of my fair questions. I figured this is like a fun podcore one.
No, I'm touched that I'm glad I got that. So next up is Morgan's question for Jake on title trivia.
Which of the following was the title of the debut album by Butthole Surfers? A. Psychic, Powerless, Another Man's Sack. B. Rembrandt Pussy Horse. B. Rembrandt Pussy Horse. C. Locust Abortion Technician. Or D. Hairway to Steven, although it's spelled Steven. So
Okay.
Steven.
Yeah.
I'm only going to guess that these are all Butthole Surfers albums.
You don't have to confirm that.
I'm not. I'm not
okay,
gonna.
okay, fair enough. I was gonna say I feel like Locust Abortion Technician sounds like a obscure Nirvana compilation or something. You did say Rembrandt Pussy Horse was your favorite, but I don't know. Whatever the Psychic one was.
That is correct. These are
Nice.
all Butthole Surfers albums, and I'm pretty sure I put them all just in order of release. So
Phenomenal.
It's brilliant.
Rembrandt Pussy Horse is, oh god, that's beautiful. That's like cellar
Incredible.
door for the modern era.
30 years ago.
Okay, well done. All right, next up then is my question for August on title trivia. Which Black Sabbath album originally had the working title Snowblind? A. Paranoid. B. Master of Reality. C. Volume 4. D. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath.
Oh my god.
We cannot let Jake get this.
He's leading, so he won't get to answer it.
Well, he might if me and August fuck it up.
Yeah. So,
that's right. Yeah, that's a good point. Don't fuck it up then.
Yeah, thanks. Words of encouragement. Okay, so
It's their second, third, fourth, and fifth albums.
Yeah, okay, good. Hey, just like the Eminem question.
Yeah, I totally planned it.
Yeah, no, this was coordinated. A coordinated assault.
We're all just like we're you and I are like we're mutually agreeing to snub the number one.
Yeah, fuck that number. So I'm gonna say, Shot in the Dark, Master of Reality.
That is incorrect.
Fuck.
Morgan, it comes to you.
I want to say it's volume 4.
That is correct.
Oh, shit, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey.
And as you might be able to intuit, the title Snowblind was a reference to cocaine, which they were all using very heavily at the time of recording, and the label forced them to change it. The truth come out. Now it's Jake's question for me on title trivia.
Which of these is not an alternate name of famous rapper MF Doom? A. Zev Love X. B. King Ghidra. C. Metal Fingers. D. KM Doom.
Middle Fingers is definitely an MF Doom alias. I know that. I'm pretty sure. I recognize King Ghidorah as well, and I'm like, do I recognize that because it's one of his aliases or just because it's someone else's? And I'm going to assume I recognize it because it's his. What was the first and last option?
The first option is Zev Love X, and the last option is KM Doom.
I'm going to say Zev Love X.
Incorrect.
Fuck. All right, that's August.
Me, I'm gonna say KM Doom.
Correct.
Yeah.
I did that because one of his alternate names is KMD.
Oh, that's funny.
I really thought for a second you were going to be like, actually, it's not King Ghidra, it's King Ghidorah. So
Yeah, that's
That's-
what
No,
it
I'm
is,
not
right?
that much of an asshole.
I just assumed that Jake just fucked it up.
Jesus. I'm gonna have to pivot harder into a heel turn because you're being such a fucking dick.
Hey, look, I'm awake at 5:30 in the morning, right? So I get to be bitchy.
Bitch, I work night shift. Don't fucking tell me about being awake at 5:30.
Okay.
well, that just means you're used to it then.
Yeah, I'll give you shit at 4 in the afternoon. You see how you like it then?
Listen. Listen.
All right.
All right, August, it's your question for Jake this time.
All right,
Fuck.
Jake. It is a
Hmm.
little known fact that when the Smiths released their album The Queen is Dead, Queen Elizabeth was not actually dead. How many days after the release of the album did Queen Elizabeth die? All right, and I have options, don't you worry.
Oh, thank you.
I sincerely hope this wasn't a fact that you found, but something you decided to actually figure out.
Was it A, 13,233, 14,344, 15,455, or 16,566?
Okay. So we're going from 1986 to 2022. So that means roughly about 36 years. So that means 36.
365 times 36.
Easy
No
math.
calculator. No calculator
Yeah,
allowed.
no
Fuck me.
calculating.
Okay. Don't talk then.
Mhm.
36
You
times
can't tell me what to do.
360.
Over here.
God, wait. The 13,000.
13,233 is the correct number of days that passed
Yes!
between that album's
Yeah!
release and Elizabeth's death.
Wow. Well, that was
Lick from the top of my ass down to my taint, Riley.
That's not that far.
yeah, there's worse like
It's not
This-
a question of distance.
there's worse like breads.
It is
have
always a
to-
question of distance when you are licking.
Riley loves to lick.
Put a bit of salt on it. Right. Next up is Morgan. It's your question for August this time.
How many times does the titular artist's last name feature in the title of Charles Mingus's 1964 album? A0, B1, C3, or D5?
My gut is, I think it's, oh my god. I know he has an album that's like fucking Mingus. Although I have no idea if that's the correct year.
Yeah,
Which is
0 is
nice.
a fucking cruel option, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Just sowing
Um,
that seed of doubt.
The seed of doubt. So, oh my god, I'm gonna say 5.
That is correct.
Oh my
Here's the
god.
fun thing about this question. This is designed as a gimme because Mingus released 3 albums in 1964. One was Quintuple Mingus. The other was Tonight at Noon, which does not feature his name in the title. So that 0 is an acceptable answer. And the next one is Mingus Plays Piano. So that's 1.
So you're
3.
telling me you wrote a question where 3 of the 4 answers were correct?
Yes, because it was still 25% possible that someone picks the only wrong answer.
Which would have been
And that-
hilarious.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
precisely.
Oh my god. That's
I love that question.
Fantastic.
I love that question.
Ah,
Next is my question from Morgan, which is as follows. Which 1991 album reviewed in the Jams and Tea 1991 retrospective at one stage had the working title 69? Is it Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magic,
You motherfucker.
U2's Achtung Baby, Queen's Innuendo, or Smashing Pumpkins' Gish?
Chili Peppers seems so fucking obvious that they would name an album 69. So I'm gonna guess Octung Baby.
That is correct.
Wow.
Nice.
I thought no one would guess that. But,
wow.
you saw through the ruse. Well done.
Bono, you fuck.
I don't know if it was
short for Bonehead.
I don't know if it was Bono's idea, that title, but it got vetoed pretty quickly, whoever came up with it.
Maybe it was
All right. Well,
Adam Friedland.
Did you say Adam Friedland?
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know who's in U2.
Adam Clayton is the Adam. Well, that brings us to the bonus question for the round, which is my question for all of you. And there's no options for this. But that's, you'll get over it. How many periods are there in the title of the album Introducing by DJ Shadow? All right, you all ready to show your answer?
Yes.
3,
Yes.
2, 1, present. Jake gets it. It is 5.
Fuck.
Sure.
Fucking bullshit.
Which means
Going to be I wrote down 3 at first and then crossed it out because I was like, if it's fucking 3, I'm gonna shoot myself. That would be so stupid.
Oh, it's
I almost talked myself into writing like 2. Just because that would be like
right?
that we would all like have Mandela affected ourselves into
It had to be
thinking
some
there were a
bullshit
bunch.
ass amount. I knew that much.
Yeah, it is a 5-point ellipsis at the following the word introducing, which means that at the end of round 2, the scores are as follows. Well, that means it is time for round 3, which is Rate Your Music Chart Trivia. And, a hood classic. This one was really popular last year, so we have to bring this one back. First up, Jake's question for August on Rate Your Music Chart Trivia. And just to be clear as well, for anyone at home who is wondering, any question about an official Rate Your Music chart and the releases on it, because we couldn't not have a roundabout Rate Your Music. Jake, your question for August.
Which of these bands or artists does not have a streak of 8 or more bolded records on Rate Your Music?
Not a chart question,
Is it
but that's fine.
A, Porcupine Tree, B, Opeth, C, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, D, Miles Davis.
Porcupine Tree. I'm trying to think what the streak would be because it feels like it would end at a very obvious point. Like I'm confident the incident isn't bolded, and neither is Calendar Commas or whatever their new one is. Are there even 8 Porcupine Tree albums before that? Because it's like
There are.
there are. Okay.
There are.
God damn it. Opeth, I feel like are kind of they have a long enough streak of good records that I think it's them. Miles Davis is a little sussy, so I'm torn between Porcupine Tree and Miles Davis, and a classic dilemma, right?
Truly.
It happens all the time to me. I'm gonna say Miles Davis.
Incorrect.
God damn it.
All right, I think I know this. I think that the answer is Porcupine Tree. I think that they have 8 bolded albums, but I think that the fuck is that people forget that Metanoia exists. And I think that is the one that interrupts the streak. So I think Porcupine Tree for that reason.
Without Metanoia, if you count like the proper studio albums, they still only have 7.
Oh, okay. So my smarmy point was like not even meaningful. It's fine. I got the question.
As
I got
is
the
so
bonus.
often the case.
Riley truly embracing their villain status here.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm bringing it. All right, I'm in it to win it.
This podcast deserves a new class of criminal, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Yeah. August, your question from Morgan.
When was the earliest album with the hip hop genre and or influencer tag released? was according to Rate Your Music's charts? Was it A, 1962, B, 1968, C, 1973, or D, 1979? For clarity on what that means is the influencer tag, the genres are the big like ones in the bold blue, and the influencer tag is the subheading in like the non-bolded blue.
And hip hop influencer, big on Instagram in the 60s.
Before you got to the possible answers, that's what I thought you were asking for a second. It's like, are we talking about like it's everyday bro right now?
It's
Is that what we're doing?
with that Disney Channel flow.
The only thing I'm basing this off of is that it's the year that my parents were born, so it was the only answer that stuck out to me. So I'm going to go with 1973.
Is incorrect.
Mm.
That means it's Riley.
I'm going to say 79.
Is incorrect.
Damn. All right. Jake gets a shot.
What are the two?
62 or 68. Preceded immediately by a 1 and a 9.
I'm not even going to think too hard about this. 68.
Is correct.
Of course it is.
50-50.
Take a single L.
The rest of the L's my life.
I love that we've settled into our very, very predictable groove here with in terms of everyone's like attitude, and it's lovely. I'm loving it. All right, my question is Morgan's question is next for me.
Which of the following beloved post-punk / new wave acts does not feature in the top 10 post-punk albums? A, The Cure, B, LCD Sound System, C, New Order, or D, Gang of Four?
LCD Sound System even being an option is like, it tells you, it's just so typical. Like if it is in there, it's so typical of like the way that radio music charts like blindly aggregate genre, because they're like, they've never made a post-punk album, like not even in the 2000s Interpol sense. But
and maybe have like a post-punk song.
I'm pretty sure Gang of Four Entertainment would be up there. And I think The Cure would have one there. I'm just pretty sure of it. Would New Order be in the top 10? Because again, they're like, I mean, obviously Power Corruption and Lies is pretty huge, but I'm going to say LCD Sound System.
That is incorrect.
Oh, okay. August, take a shot, and please get it right. I need you to get this right.
I'm with you there, Riley, that I'm confident Gang of Four is there, because that just feels so bullshit if they're not. I'm gonna say New Order.
That is correct.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
Wow. Okay.
I said that. So my question is for Jake. Which of the following metal EPs does not feature in the top 50 of the all-time metal EPs chart? So a cross-section of metal and EPs. Okay. Which of these is not in the top 50 of all-time metal EPs chart? A, Gorguts, Pleiades Dust. B, Queensryche, self-titled. C, Knocked Loose, A Tear in the Fabric of Life. D, The Dillinger Escape Plan, Irony is a Dead Scene.
I'm going to say that Pleiades Dust probably is, because that's a pretty solidly big metal band on Rim. I definitely know that Irony is a Dead Scene is at least bolded, and I'm pretty sure that's a fairly popular release, and Rim loves Mike Patton. Yeah, I'll say Queensryche.
That is incorrect, which means it goes to August.
All right, options again, please.
Yeah, so again, it's which is not in the top 50
yes, which is
EPs.
not. Okay,
correct.
Good.
So, Knocked Loose, A Tear in the Fabric of Life, Queensryche, self-titled, or The Dillinger Escape Plan, Irony is a Dead Scene with Mike Patton.
Didn't he just guess Queensryche? Are those the only options that you have?
I just read the last three options by mistake. It's Gorguts, Pleiades Dust, Knocked Loose, A Tear in the Fabric of Life, and The Dillinger Escape Plan's Irony is a Dead Scene.
Fucking Knocked Loose, A Tear in the Fabric of Life.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
So Morgan,
it's up there.
It's between Gorguts and Dillinger.
Okay, so I was gonna guess a tear in the fabric of life precisely for the reason that Rate Your Music typically doesn't understand the core genres. So by that logic, I am also going to guess Irony is a Dead Scene.
Incorrect. It was Gorguts, Pleiades, Dust that isn't in the top 50.
What are these people
That
smoking?
is bullshit.
And my error just there was actually a fuck up that I thought I might have fucked myself on because I forgot when I gave August the options, I forgot to read the correct answer because in my head
See,
I had
damn
fired
it, I was thinking the reverse where you had like eliminated one by
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah, but you just said the wrong one.
Yeah.
So that means we go around and it is Jake's question from Morgan.
Which of these progressive rock bands do not have more than one album in the Rate Your Music top 40 of progressive rock albums of all time? Is it A, Black Midi, B, the Mars Volta, C, Yes, D, Opeth?
Sure, Black Midi's on there because everybody jizzes their pants over that band. I'm gonna guess Opeth because Rate Your Music is stinky.
You are correct.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Next up is August's question for me on Rate Your Music chart trivia.
Which of these groups has the highest rated gent album? Is it A, After the Burial, B, Animals as Leaders, C, Loathe, or D, Meshuggah?
I looked at a lot of random ass genre charts to get inspiration for questions, and one of them was not gent.
I figured. I was
Yep,
betting on
that's
that.
a little genius.
So which is the number one album?
Which is
Good
number?
gent.
Who has number one?
Okay, and it's Animals as Leaders, Meshuggah, and what other two?
After the Burial and Loathe.
I don't think it's Loathe, although, I let it in and they took everything as pretty big. I don't think it's After the Burial, but I could be showing my ass there. Who fucking knows? I think it's got to be one of the two that I know. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm just going to say Meshuggah. They're the gent band. I'm just going to say it.
You got it. That was the idea of the
Yep.
question. But would you believe After the Burial are number 2?
I was going to guess that they were probably up there.
I was probably gonna guess number one because I've never heard of them. And fucking gent. Stupid ass
That
genre.
checks.
Yeah.
All right.
Loathe is not a gent band.
If
All right.
Loathe or Gent, then so are Deftones.
Anyway,
Look, the whole chart was so fucking funny that I was like, I gotta do something with this.
Gent is not a genre, in the words of Periphery.
In the words of Periphery,
Who notably do not feature.
they do not.
it is your question, Morgan, for Jake on chat trivia.
Which of the following albums did not make the top 10 of the year 2001? A. Fugazi's The Argument. B. System of a Down's Toxicity. C. Jay-Z's The Blueprint. Or D. The Strokes' Is This It?
Fugazi.
It is incorrect.
I mean, this is a very well-designed question because this is a year where there's so much that's at that upper echelon. I'm thinking System of a Down.
It is incorrect.
Oh,
Damn it.
That's what I would have guessed as well. But now I get a shot between Jay-Z and the Strokes, which is kind of nuts.
Oh,
I'm going to go with the Strokes.
Jay-Z is lazy. That is incorrect.
Oh, it was Jay-Z.
yeah, I was going to say, Rim likes the Strokes too much.
Looks like Rate Your Music is more like Racist Your Music.
I thought that there might have been like a bit of like an overhyped backlash against Is This It that might have brought it down, but no.
No, that is at number 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that one was up there.
Damn.
The Blueprint is at number 13.
Okay, August, a number of classic records are turning 50 this year. But which classic does not feature in the top 10 of Rate Your Music's chart for 1973, 50 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
A. Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. B. Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. C. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Or D. Can, Future Days.
Oh boy. So I think Rate Your Music like Can a little too much for Can to be the correct answer. The Led Zeppelin one, that doesn't feel right. I'm gonna say it's Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On.
Correct. That is
Oh,
correct.
nice.
That was gonna be my guess. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 16 or something. It's not even close.
Okay, good. Not good that it's not on the list, but
Yeah,
good
fuck
that I
you,
got
More
Marvin
like
Gaye. I'm glad
racist
your
here,
dad
music.
got you.
August hates Marvin Gaye. August confirmed.
Almost as much as
homophobe.
his dad.
All right, now it's time for the bonus question, which is mine again. For all of you, which of the following, I like this question a lot, which of the following categories of folk music does not feature Neutral Milk Hotels in the Airplane Over the Sea as the #1 album on its genre chart? The options are folk, indie folk, psychedelic folk, contemporary folk. Which of those four does not feature In the Airplane Over the Sea as the #1 all-time album on its genre chart? Okay, show your answer in 3, 2, 1. Once again,
None of us.
Jake is the only one to get this. It is psychedelic folk.
It's
What the hell is at number
fucking-
one on psychedelic
Glow
folk?
Part 2 has to be #1 in psychedelic folk. It has to be.
#1 psychedelic folk album is the Glow Part 2, yes. All right, so at the end of round 3, Rate Your Music Chart Trivia, the scores are as follows. All right, moving on then. Round 4 now, which is hip hop. First up is Jake's question for me on hip hop.
This is, by some distance, my absolute favorite question that I have this year.
I'm honored to be getting it then.
Prolific internet cloud rap artist Viper, famous for the album Y'all
Yeah.
Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack,
What
has
the
more
fuck
than
is that?
has more than 700 albums to his name. Which of these listed album names is not one of those albums?
I love this question already because the inherent logic is you need to know 700 albums to get this right.
A. These rappers claim they hard when them fags never even seen the pen. B. Kill yourself, my man. C. Cops can't read. Or D. Legend of the Crack Pipe Crusader.
I went from having no idea who this person is to them being my favorite rapper.
Oh, okay. Unless it's some kind of trick and it's not an album. Kill Yourself, My Man is definitely a Viper album. Like, that's one of the meme ones that people share as like a reaction image. So unless it's like a single or something, that's definitely a Viper album. The third one I recognize as well. What was the third one you said?
The third one is Cops Can't Read.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that as a Viper album. The first one was interesting. What was the first one again, Jake?
These rappers claim they hard when them fags never even seen the pen.
That's the most like Viper type beat album title there. I could believe that you wrote that. The last one, however, could you remind us all of that one?
Legend of the Crack Pipe Crusader.
I feel like I want to believe that's real. I'm going to go with the first one.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to be Legend of the Crack Pipe Crusader, yeah?
Wow. Yes, it is.
Great stuff.
The best part is I knew that was the correct answer from the jump because I am a Viper aficionado, apparently.
Well, I just don't believe you.
Yeah.
I believe him 100%. I've never believed anyone more, frankly.
You know what? I think that whoever loses today should get the Viper discography. Next up is August question for Jake.
According to thepudding.com, Aesop Rock has the largest vocabulary in hip hop at 7,800 unique words. Who has the second largest vocabulary at 7,300 words? And these are the others in the top 5. Is it A, bus driver, B, jizza, C, Jedi Mind Tricks, or D, MF Doom?
Yeah, I'm not going to overthink this one. Bus driver.
Is correct.
Yes.
Very good. Well done. Good knowledge and or confidence. Next up is Morgan's question for August.
How many times did 50 Cents Get Rich or Die Trying go platinum? Was it A, 6, B, 7, C, 8, or D, 9 times?
No, we've stepped past
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
Even
yeah.
one.
Even fuck the one. So it's 6, 7,
You're gonna
8, or
pretend
9.
like I understood that.
You know what? I'm gonna say 9.
That is incorrect.
Fuck.
I'm gonna say 7.
That is incorrect.
Oh, fuck.
8.
Yeah.
God damn it, motherfucker.
That's still funny though. Someone who's just so in pain from winning.
Suffering from success, if you will.
I'm laughing so hard.
All right, next up is my question for Morgan, which is, which of the following is not the name of an MC Hammer album? A, Too Legit to Quit. B, Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him. C, Rhyme Pays. D, The Funky Headhunter.
I have no logic to go off of here. C.
Rhyme Pays?
Sure.
That is correct. Well done.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Yep.
I can tell.
25%.
Rhyme Pays is an album by Ice-T.
I believe.
That's funny.
I'll take your word for it.
Next up is Jake's question for August.
What is the only Brockhampton album to go #1? Is it A, Saturation 2, B, Iridescence, C, Roadrunner, D, Ginger?
It's got to be Saturation 2. That's got all the big bop songs on it.
Incorrect.
Motherfuck.
I think I know this. I'm pretty sure, again, showing my ass if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's Iridescence.
Yes, it is.
Oh, fuck.
That was the first thing that they got signed to RCA, I think, as well. So it was like, that was the first time they've had a major label pull.
And they was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. All right, next up is August's question from Morgan on hip hop.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, which of the members of NWA has the smallest studio album discography? Is it A,
W.
Arabian Prince, B, Eazy-E, C, MC Ren, or D, Yella?
Pretty sure it's Arabian Prince.
Is incorrect.
Ah!
Well, the obvious answer feels like it should be Eazy-E because he died young.
Died of AIDS.
Yes, he did. I wasn't going to mention that, but fine. And I actually, believe it or not, I actually looked at Eazy-E's Rated Music page as a part of my prep, and I know he has 2 albums. The problem is, I don't know any of the other ones. So what were the other options that weren't Eazy-E or the wrong one?
MC Ren and Yella.
I just don't know how many albums they have. It's possible that one of them has 1, and that makes it the correct answer. But because I know Eazy-E has 2, I'm just going to go with Eazy-E.
Eazy-E is incorrect.
Okay, Jake then.
Jake,
It's
it
Yella.
is. But Yella is correct. He has 1 album to his name.
Which of the following albums is the highest rated on Sputnik Music? A, Nas Illmatic. B, Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, parentheses, 36 Chambers. C, Jesus Liquid Swords, or D, the Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die.
Could be any of these. Like, I have no good logic here. I have a feeling, just a vague inkling that, I mean, to me, it would be between the first 2. And then I have a feeling that Sputnik would give the edge to Wu-Tang, maybe. So I'm going to go Wu-Tang.
That is incorrect.
August.
I'm going to say just Illmatic.
That is correct.
Thank God.
Okay, good. I was like, it's just too obvious.
Yeah,
I
I was pretty sure it was between those 2. So
And those are 1 and 2,
Yeah.
respectively.
Okay.
I just put those in order.
Finally, it is my question for Jake.
Don't fuck it up.
This year is the 50th anniversary of hip hop as a musical form.
As refuted by the
debatable.
earlier question.
Well, that's Rate Your Music, though, being Rate Your Music. Like generally agreed that 1973 was the year that hip hop as a musical form was born. It existed as a
Right.
culture before then, obviously. Which early pioneer is credited with being one of its first significant innovators, as well as the creator of the breakbeat? Is it A, DJ Kool Herc, B, Grandmaster Flash, C, Grand sorry, this is just a funny name, Grand Wizard Theodore, or D, DJ Disco Wiz?
Fuck, man. I don't know.
Not
DJ
the
Disco
Grand
Wiz.
Wizard.
These are all real people from that era, by the way.
Oh my god.
So DJ Disco Wiz, your answer?
Sure, why not?
Is incorrect, which means we go
Thank
to August. I mean, they're all innovators, so really specifically the creator of the breakbeat.
The creator of the breakbeat is who
And
we're
the night
looking
where
for.
he did this is generally regarded as kind of the birth of hip hop music.
That narrows it down. I think it's Grandmaster Flash.
It's not Grandmaster Flash.
Damn it.
Unfortunately. So Morgan, it's between DJ Kool Herc and Grand Wizard Theodore.
You know, it's probably not, but I want it to be the Grand Wizard so bad.
Just sounds like
So
a
I'm gonna
fucking
go with that.
KKK.
No, it does.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
So I'm gonna go with that.
that's wrong. It's DJ Kool Herc.
Ah, damn. It shows how much us pasty fucks know.
They're all big innovators, but yeah, DJ Kool Herc is credited with inventing the breakbeat, and Grandmaster Flash is credited with innovating record scratching.
Oh, yeah. I went with Grandmaster Flash because his name was the most familiar to me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone with that one because that's the only name I knew.
Yeah. Anyway, so no points
Right.
on that question, which means that it's time for the bonus, and the question is Jake's to ask each of the rest of us.
Name any 3 people other than Kendrick Lamar who contributed to Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember you was conflicted. Misusing your influence.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Show me your answers. All right. Riley has Thundercat, Bilal, and Snoop Dogg, which is correct. I don't know what any of that shit is, August. I can't see a goddamn thing.
It's Tupac,
No.
Future, and that one motherfucker who's Kendrick's cousin that I can't remember the name of, but made the album with him sitting at the dock that Riley likes.
Oh, you mean Baby Keem?
Baby
Yeah.
Keem. Yeah.
Baby Keem and Future are not on To Pimp a Butterfly, but good guess with the first one though. And Morgan just
All I had
sent it
was
out.
All I had was Thundercat.
Oh,
All right, so the score is at the end of round 4, halfway through the game. And we move to round 5, which is this time it's personnel. Questions about band lineups, identifying who was in what bands, identifying a musician's role, a producer on a release, etc. Really, anything regarding personnel in that way. Okay, and the bonus question at the end of this round will be Morgan's to ask. But before we get there, let's start off with a question for Morgan from Jake.
which of these bands does not have a member in notable supergroup Team Sleep? A. Death Grips. B. Pinback. C. The Dillinger Escape Plan. Or D. Uncle.
I know Zach Fox was in that. Is that the Death Grips drummer's name?
I think
Backyard.
I think you mean Zach Hill. Zach Fox is the Twitter comedian.
I got what you meant.
He's gone.
This is such a gimme, and my stupid ass doesn't know it. I'm gonna guess Uncle.
Correct.
Hmm.
Next is August's question for me on band personnel.
You tell me, Riley. So, DC Talk
That's how it works. Yeah.
were a Christian rock group who were active between the years 1987 to 2000. Which member joined in 1988? Was it Toby McKeehan, Michael Tate, Kevin Max, or Adam Lynchburg?
1988, you said, right?
Yes,
And what was the year they started?
1987.
Right. So which was is the implication that the other three are like founding, and this is a person who
Yes.
joined a little bit later?
Yes,
Look, I don't
that is
know any.
correct.
I don't know any. I only know Toby Mac, so I'm just going to say Toby Mac. Toby McKeon.
It is not Toby Mac.
Of course it is. Who the fuck? Fucking Andrew Tate or whatever. That one.
It is not him.
Okay, yeah, sure. Of course.
So,
it is.
Jake, your options are Kevin Max and Adam Lynchburg
Kevin Max.
is the correct answer because Adam Lynchburg was made up.
All right. Moving swiftly along, then Morgan, it's your question for Jake.
Which of the following bands has had a lineup change? Is A, Queen, B, Rammstein, C, Alter Bridge, or D, Thrice?
What was the second one?
Rammstein
Them.
is incorrect.
August.
Alter Bridge.
Is incorrect.
Damn.
So it's Queen and Thrice.
Yeah.
See, when you said Queen, I was like, any lineup change? Surely, like that would be something people would know if it were Queen. I'm just going to say Queen because they're big.
That is correct.
All right, good.
I wasn't counting Freddie Mercury's death, although you could sort of, I mean,
Oh,
you know,
I'm so annoyed. I couldn't think of that to make him.
That,
well,
I would've been
that
like,
wasn't.
That's Queen plus Adam Lambert, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's still Queen, but it's just shitty Queen.
That would technically count as a lineup change. I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, it would. But my logic was just that they had a couple bassists before, the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's okay.
I know his name.
Next up is my question for August. Which of the following pairs of bands have never shared a member? Bauhaus and Killing Joke, Santana and Journey, Yes and King Crimson, Swans and King Crimson.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, I haven't kept up with my members of King Crimson lately. And there's like 8,000 of them. So I'm gonna assume they've probably, have shared DNA with every band under the sun. So for me, it's between the first two, Santana, Abraxas, and
So the first two options are Bauhaus and Killing Joke, and Santana and Journey.
See, Santana and Journey is so ridiculous. I feel that's had to have happened. But on the same token, Killing Joke and Bauhaus is like believable enough. So I'm fucked here. King Crimson and Yes.
That is incorrect.
Fuck.
All right, so we go to Morgan now.
I'm gonna follow the Bauhaus Killing Joke reasoning that August laid down and say that.
Bauhaus and Killing Joke is correct.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Santana and Journey famously shared the frontman of Journey, Neil Schon, was in Santana. And Yes and King Crimson, one of the greatest drummers.
Sean is not the frontman of Journey.
Oh, whatever. He's the longest serving original member, according to my notes.
Whatever, you were wrong.
Not where it counts, bitch. Yes and King Crimson shared one of the greatest
Jesse
drummers.
Pinkman in that fucking beanie, bitch.
Yes and King Crimson shared one of the greatest drummers of all time, Bill Bruford, and Swans and King Crimson shared some guy at some point.
Some fucking
Guy.
Jake's question from me on personnel.
Rock supergroup The Damned Things features an array of musicians from several notable bands. Which of these options is not one of those bands? A, Fall Out Boy. B, Anthrax. C, Panic at the Disco. D, Every Time I Die.
What's the band called?
The Damned Things.
Yes, I've vaguely heard of that, but I have no idea here. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to say Panic at the Disco.
Correct.
Okay. That was one of the very few times that I knew with precise certainty what the answer was.
It's okay. We're golden because I got one right.
Golden shower.
All right, next question is August for Jake.
Shut up.
How many bassists have the Rolling Stones had? Is it A4, B5, C6, or D7?
Oh, breaking from your own format there.
Yeah,
7.
is incorrect.
Well, the
Are your
core lineup,
options?
I couldn't, I think the bassist might be called Ronnie. I can't, Ronnie Wood, is he the bass? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But the core lineup, I'm pretty sure has been, solid for like 50 years. Unless he died. I don't think so though. I'm wondering if you broke with convention because the answer is not in your 2 to 5 range. But I think that would be overthinking it. I think you didn't plan the 2 to 5 range thing that much. I'm just going to say 4.
Is incorrect.
Okay.
Morgan, it's between 5 and 6.
Just gonna say 5.
Is incorrect, and Riley, your reasoning was right. I broke from convention for 6.
I should have gone with that. That was so stupid of me to just disregard that. Morgan, it's your question for August now.
Which of the following shoegaze bands had a member go on to join Britpop sensation Oasis? A. The Verve, B. Swerve Driver, C. Ride, or D. Ozine or Ozian? I don't know how you would say that one. They had like 2 songs. They were good songs though.
I have no basis for this, so I'll say the Verve.
That is incorrect.
Shame.
I don't know this, but I saw Jake's eyes light up when you read the question. And so I'm going to go with the most Jake band there, which is Ride.
That is correct. Frontman Andy Bell joins Oasis as a bassist, which seems like they must have paid him well.
I can only assume.
All right. Okay.
Mountains of
right.
cocaine.
I was going to say they knew the same coke dealer probably.
That means we have my question for Morgan. Which Modest Mouse album featured Johnny Marr on lead guitar? Is it A, Building Nothing Out of Something? B, Good News for People Who Love Bad News? C, We Were Dead Before the Ship Even Sank? Or D, Strangers to Ourselves?
I want to say it was C.
That's correct. We Were Dead Before the Ship Even Sank. Well done.
That's the one. That's the one that was right after Good News, right?
Yes, that's
okay.
a almost perfect like chronological sequence. I skipped over Moon and Antarctica, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So now it's time for the bonus question, which is Morgan's to ask the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What band did Against Me drummer Adam Willard join as of June 2023? A. Alkaline Trio, B. Rancid, C. The Lawrence Arms, or D. Hot Water Music.
Who the fuck are Hot Water Music?
Who are you to wave your finger? You must have been out your hand.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody gets however many points.
2 points.
2 points.
I remember
Nice.
you specifically mentioning this in the group chat. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the same way I remember.
You listen to what you have to say, Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really what that was a test of, because half the time nobody responds. But I'm sure that's something everybody suffers from, because people just be sending that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
not.
extremely guilty there. All right, well done.
Yes,
so
you are.
At the end of round 5, the scores are round 6 is album art and design. Questions about album artwork or other. I did put this. It can be other music media visual design. Really, I've let that be fairly open to however you want to go with it.
Let it be.
First up is Jake's question for August on album art and design.
Well, another one of my favorite questions.
Oh no.
Which of these bands had to have one of their albums reissued with different artwork because the original album cover featured the band with members of dismembered baby doll limbs and heads? Is it A, Celtic Frost, B, ABBA, C, Rammstein, D, The Beatles?
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Correct.
Very good.
Yeah, bonus points. Bonus points.
Very good. Next up is bonus points. Thank you for reminding me. You get 4 for that. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is August question from Morgan on album art design.
Okay. Which member of the Replacements' face is visible on the cover of their 1985 album Tim? Is it A, Paul Westerberg, B, Bob Stinson, C, Tommy Stinson, or D, Chris Mars?
I'm gonna say Tommy Stinson because that kind of sounds like Timmy.
Of Tommy got his
Tommy-
tonsils out fame.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
But he is not the correct answer. So
Yeah, 'cause he
not
isn't.
indeed.
All right. What are the other ones? Obviously
It is
Westerberg.
Bob Stinson and Chris
Ooh.
Mars.
2 Stinsons. I'm gonna go with Bob.
And you got it.
Nice.
He's the guitarist, and the guy is holding the guitar on there.
And he's also the guy who got kicked out of the band right after the album was released.
That's right.
That's also true.
That's
Oh,
right.
Oh, dear.
Woof.
Fantastic. All right, great question. Next up is Morgan's question from me.
How many Opeth albums in some way depict a person on the cover?
Ooh.
Options are 9, 10, 11, or 12.
God. Well, here's the part where I try to remember all the Opiate album covers in front of you all. I don't remember. I think Orchid's like a fucking lake in a house or some shit. I don't think there's a person on it anyway. Maybe that's Morning Rise.
I think it's an orchid.
Yeah, no, you're right. Orchid, you're helping me. Orchid is an orchid. Morning Rise, I think, is the one with the plane, with the house.
The plane.
Not
The
airplane.
plane.
My Arms, Your Hearse. I don't think I remember that one. I don't think there was a person on it. Maybe there was. Still Life. I mean, I can remember all the Opiate albums at least. Still Life has a person on it. Blackwater Park doesn't, I think. Deliverance and Damnation, I'm pretty sure both do. So what
This
am
is
I?
my collection of ceramic reptiles from the Mexican
So
border.
I'm at 3
Will
so
you shut
far.
up?
I'm at 3 so far. Ghost Reveries. I don't know. I can't confidently remember a person. Not Damnation. What was the one after that? Watershed. I don't. Then it was Heritage, which I think. I mean, fuck knows. Pale Communion. Don't remember. Sorceress is the one with the peacock, and I'm pretty sure there's people on In Court of Venom. What were the options?
9, 10, 11, or 12.
I only got 4. I'm gonna say 9.
That is correct.
All right.
Very
My
good.
question for Jake. Which of these albums did not have its cover designed by the legendary Storm Thorgerson? A. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. B. Ween, The Mollusk. C. Dream Theater Awake. D. Pink Floyd Metal.
I want to say Floyd, Genesis, and maybe Ween. What was the last one? Floyd, Genesis, Ween,
And Dream Theater's Awake.
Awake.
That is correct.
Oh,
Shit.
wow.
All right. Next up is Jake's question from Morgan.
The Coroner album, Mental Vortex, has a cover that's taken from a shot from a famous horror film. What is that horror film? Is it A, Halloween, B, Psycho, C, A Nightmare on Elm Street, D, The Exorcist?
I definitely know this.
Psycho is the least gory out of those films, and in that way, it is the only outlier. So we'll go with that.
Yes. It's the
Yeah.
frame of Anthony Perkins doing like this.
Mhm.
Next up is August question from me on album art design.
Fortunately, this is another good one. The cover of the Replacements' 1987 album, Pleased to Meet Me, parodies the cover art of which Elvis Presley album for a motion picture? Is it A, Lovin' You, B, King Creole, C, GI Blues, or D, Blue Hawaii?
It's funny because I'm pretty Pleased to Meet Me is the one with the hands shaking, and I'm pretty sure
Yes, it is.
that's funny. It's funny because I know a different thing about it, which is that Modest Mouse referenced it in the album cover for Moon and Antarctica.
But that is unfortunately not the question. So,
it's which Elvis soundtrack?
which Elvis? Yeah, which Elvis soundtrack are we going for?
So I'm trying to think if any of these would make sense with like a hand shaking on them. I'm gonna say GI Blues.
It is GI Blues because on the original cover, Elvis just has his face right here, and there's just no handshaking whatsoever.
So what's the reference?
The reference is that it's the color of the bars and also the font.
All right, Morgan, your question for Jake on album art design.
Which of the following Wonder Years albums was the first to feature human subject? It was A, The Greatest Generation, B, Get Stoked on It, C, Suburbia, or D, The Upsides.
The first with a human subject. A person in a bird costume counts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Greatest Generation. And before that is Suburbia. And then before that is The Upside. Get Stoked on It?
It is correct. Which
I don't even know what the cover of that looks like.
It's Captain Crunch fondling a ladyfied version of the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh my god.
Last question of the round for August.
Yay.
On the famous album cover for the Beatles' Abbey Road, what is the correct order of the Beatles from right to left? And I say right to left because who's leading, who's following, who's third, who's fourth in that procession. So
yes.
I need the correct order from starting from the rightmost, moving left of the four Beatles on that cover.
Oh fuck. John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll
So
be quite honest.
We go to Morgan.
I'm gonna go with Paul, John, George, and Ringo.
Also incorrect. Jake, you have a chance here.
The 1 in
Okay.
14.
All right. Right to left.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it's John with long hair on the right. And then I think it's Ringo, Paul, George.
That is correct.
Fuck yes!
Very good. I quite pleased with that question because it's like an album cover you've seen a million times, but it's not an easy answer. So we now go to our bonus, which is Jake's to ask the rest of us.
Okay. Boards of Canada's GeoGaddy prominently features one
17.
large shape. Boards of Canada's GeoGaddy prominently features one large shape at its center. What is it called? A, hexagon. B, octagon. C, pentagon. D, nonagon. 3, 2, 1, show 'em, boys. Hexagon. Hexagon is the correct answer.
Yeah, because
Like the
they use
turquoise
hexagonal.
sound.
Hexagon. They use
Turquoise.
hexagon imagery throughout their discography.
So that's 4 points for August on that question.
Yeah.
And because of the number 6, because the album length is also 66 minutes and 6 seconds, the 666
Yes.
stuff, all that junk.
The six motif is a big one.
You know what? As funny as that, I forgot all about that, and I was just thought Turquoise Hexagon Sun is a song on a different album.
Yeah,
funny.
exactly.
All right, so the scores at the end of round 6 are. So it's actually as close as it's ever been.
Oh wow.
Since round 1. Okay, so everything's still to
Got a
play
game
for.
on our hands, boy.
Everything's still to play for. The next round.
Whoa!
The next round is albums we've reviewed, and this is the double points for me and Morgan. So some big numbers could be flying around here.
Best not blow it then.
First up is Jake's question from me.
I have been waiting my whole life to ask you this question. I wasn't sure I was going to get the chance to get it. All right. What song on Folklore did Riley chastise me for putting in my 3 favorite tracks, saying that it was, and I quote, so bad even though they have the song rated positively.
Hey, look,
Is
when you say rated positively, do you mean like on my Rate Your Music ratings for the album?
yes.
Well, it's possible that my thoughts have changed, to be fair. But anyway, all right, give me the options.
For you, there are no
The options are 7, Mirror Ball, Peace, and This Is Me Trying.
7, Mirrorball, Peace, did you say? Is there a song called Peace on there?
It's the penultimate song.
Okay, well, I don't remember it, so I don't think it's that. This Is Me Trying, Mirrorball, and what was the other one? 7. The album in general has grown on me since we reviewed it, and I was hoping that I would be able to like, oh yeah, this specific song has grown on me, but I don't.
I made this question only because I had a petty grudge that I just brought that song up, and then you said nothing about it the whole episode until I mentioned it was one of my favorite songs. You're like, it's so bad.
I'm gonna guess Mirrorball.
Correct.
Yes, get in, bitch. 4 points. Oh God, I'm so jazzed. Let's do this. August, it is now your question for Jake. I think I dislike. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I dislike Mirrorball because I was at the height of my fuck Jack Antonoff phase, which I kind of. It doesn't matter. Shut up.
The lead singer of this band we've reviewed voted for Margaret Thatcher in 1979. Is it A, The Cure, B, Joy Division, C, My Bloody Valentine, or D, The Smiths?
What?
The Smiths.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has Morrissey. I think the first song on his first solo album is called "Margaret at the Guillotine," so it's fair to say that he wasn't a fan of Thatcher.
Well, we all know that he became a fucking rightoid nut job.
Yeah,
so
but
I
he
figured that maybe...
he became one. He wouldn't have been one anyway.
What are my options, Augustus?
The Cure, Joy Division, and My Bloody Valentine.
I'm going to go with The
Well, now it's
Cure
easy.
because it's hilarious to imagine Robert Smith voting for Margaret Thatcher.
It is not The Cure. Riley?
Oh, God damn it.
He was not a fan.
So it's between Joy Division.
Joy Division and My Bloody Valentine.
I honestly think Ian Curtis voting Thatcher is just as funny.
It's pretty funny.
Well, how old was Kevin Shields in 1979?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think he would have been old enough to vote. I'm gonna say Kevin and My Bloody Valentine.
As your answer?
Yes.
Is incorrect because Ian Curtis voted for Margaret Thatcher and was a notable conservative his entire life.
Well, that life wasn't very fucking long, was it?
Nope.
Like he paid. I guess he paid for that.
I just realized I totally remembered the question when I answered then, and I guessed.
Yeah, you did a bit.
That's hysterical.
Anyway, my logic should have led me to Curtis there, but it didn't. Anyway, it's fine. Next question is Morgan's for August.
These are all in a theme, all three of these. Jake and I frequently find ourselves in relative alignment on new releases. What album had the biggest disparity in our rating in the first year that we were doing the show?
Okay.
It was A, Charlie XCX's How I'm Feeling Now, B, Jessie Ware's What's Your Pleasure, C, Taylor Swift's Folklore, or D, Paul Bearer's Forgotten Days.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm actually pretty torn on this because these are all tough. So I'm gonna say it's Taylor Swift.
Is incorrect.
Oh, I'm so torn. This is a really well-designed question. I'm gonna say, What's Your Pleasure?
That is correct.
Oh,
so
fuck.
There were two correct answers here because the most I could get out of us was a difference of 4 points, and that was What's Your Pleasure and Forgotten Days. Jake gave Forgotten Days a 9.5, and I gave it a 5.5. And
I forgot you gave it that high.
Mm-hmm.
What's Your Pleasure had a difference, another difference of 4 points. Jake gave that a 4, and I gave it an 8. How I'm Feeling Now, I gave a 5, and Jake gave an 8. Folklore, Jake gave a 6, and I gave a 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah,
So-
I remembered you gave that a very low score, so that was what I was basing that on.
Very good. All right.
which,
I'm pleased to
which,
have
you know,
picked up the bonus.
I've since walked back.
My question for Morgan now. Our review of Viagra Boys Cave World remains our most watched new release review episode of Jams and Tea. But what was the other album we reviewed in that video?
Oh shit.
Here are your options. Regina Spektor's Home Before and After, More Mother's Jazz Codes, Wormrot's Hiss, or Joey Badass's 2000.
Oh, it was Wormrot's Hiss.
That's correct.
Yep. That's got to be one of the biggest disparities of consensus that we've ever had between two albums, of like one that's like landed on the upper end of like 8.0 or something, and one that landed at like a 2.5.
Indeed. Okay, so we go around again, and now it is Jake's question for August on our albums we reviewed.
Which of these is not the name of an album we reviewed in 2020?
All right,
A,
fun.
Good News. B, A Hero's Death. C, Deep Down Sad. D, Virus.
Oh boy. Good News.
Is incorrect.
What the fuck? We reviewed some. Was that like?
Megan Thee
Thee
Stallion.
Yeah.
Oh, that was What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, Morgan.
It was Deep Down Happy, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Very
points for moi.
Yep. Very good.
That's good. That's good.
I was like, as soon as you said, I was like, I see what you've done there, you crafty fox.
You sly dog. You got me monologuing.
I'm starting to think this was a smart pick for double points. Honestly, these are some of the easiest questions. It is now August's question from Morgan.
Oh yes, this is a fun one.
Till August comes out with his fucking Thatcher bullshit.
Where did Falling in Reverse's album Fashionably Late peak on the US top hot hard rock album charts? Was it first, second, or third or fourth?
I have to believe it wasn't at number one.
This is the rock albums chart, not the overall albums chart.
Yeah.
Yes, the hard rock albums
okay.
chart. You have faith in humanity?
Well, clearly not that much.
None of them are good answers.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
We all lose here.
Yeah.
You know what? Just because it depresses the shit out of me, I'm going to say number one.
Fortunately, that is not correct.
This is interesting.
Second, third, or fourth, O'Reilly?
Well, it's not mine to guess because I've taken the lead.
Wait. Oh, Jake, second, third, or fourth?
I looked this up when doing my research for it. I believe it is second.
That is the second most likely. No, it's correct. Yeah. That's right. You got it.
That was my gut. That was my good answer.
All right. Okay, now it is Morgan's question from me.
August and I are not at all known for being in alignment on albums, but it does happen occasionally. What was the first new release that we ever had the same positive rating on? A, Perfume Geniuses Set My Heart on Fire Immediately. B, Boris's No. C, Arab Straps When Days Get Dark. Or D, Paranormals To See the Next Part of the Dream.
So this is the first new release that you and August had the same positive rating on.
Yeesh.
Well, it'd be really funny if it was Paranormal because that was like so, or Arab Strap because they were both like we'd been doing it for quite a while when we reviewed.
Yeah, that
those.
was in 2021.
What were the other two options?
Perfume Genius Set My Heart on Fire Immediately or Boris's No.
Well, it'd be funny if it was Perfume because it was like the second episode, so it wouldn't be much of an achievement. But I do think you had a fairly similar opinion on. I think you were both around the 7 range with that one. Boris, no.
That is incorrect.
All right, so then it goes to August.
Oh, this is going to be embarrassing if I get this wrong. I'm going to say our first agreement was... Yeah, I'll say Paranual.
That's incorrect.
Ah, damn.
It's got to be Arab Strap then.
That is incorrect.
What?
August and I gave Set My Heart on Fire Immediately a 7.
Which I literally said and then didn't choose as my answer.
That's the I love that question because it's like we never agree, but it happened on like the second or third episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so no points on that question. So we move along then to my question for Jake. How many albums released before January 1st, 1970 have we reviewed in our Record Club series?
We've got at least two with, or wait, I shouldn't say that because people will get my answer. Fuck it, I don't know, 5.
5 is not correct. So we go to August.
I can think of like one. The Ascension by John Coltrane.
Yeah.
We did 4. That's what I'm gonna say. We've done 4.
That is incorrect.
Wow, shocking.
Morgan,
3?
also incorrect. But the correct answer is 6. And if I were to have given you a sequence, I probably would have said 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was a bit cruel. The 6 albums are Trout Mask Replica, the first one. Ascension was the second one. Then Philosophy of the World was the third one.
Oh fuck.
Pet Sounds and Revolver. And then the last one, the 6th one, is White Light, White Heat. Those are the only albums before 1970 that we reviewed in Record Club. All right, time for the bonus now, which is Morgan's to ask the rest of us.
It's very rare that Riley and I are exactly aligned in a less than positive reception. What was the first new release that saw us give a less than positive rating to the same album?
You mean the same less than positive rating, or just a less than positive?
No, it's the same one.
Okay, so same less than positive rating to an album.
It's a Smashing Pumpkins, Sear. B, Logic's No Pressure. C, Fontaine's DC, Hero's Death. Or D, Biffy Clyro, Celebration of Endings. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, the only person to get that is Jake.
All right.
And the only ones that we had that were the same in the first year were Sear and A Hero's Death. And A Hero's Death, we both gave a 5. Sear, we both gave a 0.
Okay, so the scores are at the end of the penultimate round. So still really close. But the last round is Jake's double points round, the middle round. I think a potential for a lot of points to go around here in general.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be August bonus at the end of it. So first up is Jake's question for Morgan.
What is the lowest selling album by Metallica? Is it A, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, B, Saint Anger, C, Reload, D, And Justice for All?
I don't know, Reload probably went like quintuple platinum or some stupid shit. Saint Anger seems obvious. I guess Hardwired.
That's the correct answer.
Very good.
I was very surprised to learn that, just because I knew that I think that, like, conversely, it's one of their best selling like physical media releases, but maybe one of their lowest selling digital ones.
We have no count of how an album sells anymore.
Yeah, right.
Next question is August for me on metal.
So my question, which of these guitarists was known for their stage performance in which a guitar with 4 necks would descend from the top of the stage and they would proceed to play it? Is it A, Slash Gallagher, B, Sammy Kerr, C, John Micklethor, or D, Michael Angelo Battio?
I don't really know. Like, I know some of those names. I don't really know, aside from if Slash Gallagher is just Slash, then, or maybe he's not. Maybe it's a different Slash. I don't really know the bands, is what I'm saying. I don't know, man. Slash Gallagher
is incorrect. That is a character from a horror movie.
Whatever.
I'm gonna go with the Ninja Turtle.
Michelangelo Battio?
Fuck!
Yes.
Is correct, yes.
All those
Who-
other names are fucking B-movie horror characters that
From-
metal musicians have played. I fucking knew that one.
Yes,
God
that
damn.
is correct.
Well done.
And they were all featured on Red Letter Media's
Red
Best
Letter
of the
Media's
Worst.
Best of the Worst. Fuck.
Yeah.
Now that I know that, that's a very, very nicely designed question.
Yeah,
What?
that's good.
What
Well done.
band is Michelangelo in? Or is he just a guy?
I think
I feel like
was
I've seen
just a-
like either a parody of or
Because I've seen
like,
this.
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen him on like Metalocalypse or
it
something.
feels like some kind of Spinal Tap shit.
he was in C4, Holland, and Nitro.
I've not
Oh,
heard of a
and-
single one of those.
Oh, and the band that is like notable that he was in Man of War.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Okay. Next up is Morgan's question for Jake on metal.
Okay. Which of the following metal bands have I attributed the wrong mascot to? There's A, Iron Maiden's Vic Rattlehead, B, Motorhead's Snaggletooth, C, Five Finger Death Punch's Knucklehead, or D, Danzig's Crystar.
Rattle off that first one again.
Iron Maiden's Vic Rattlehead.
It's Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's Eddie.
Vic Rattlehead is Megadeth's.
Okay.
Who is
got it.
just that is the same mascot, Dave. Ride no one's coattails for once, David.
Challenge impossible.
Next up is my question for August on metal. Florida is the home
Oh,
to
yeah.
many classic and enduring death metal bands, with Tampa known by many metalheads as the capital of death metal. But which of these Florida-based bands was not formed in the Sunshine State? A. Obituary. B. Cannibal Corpse. C. Atheist. D. Morbid Angel.
Oh boy.
But you're all expecting me to say death there, and I didn't.
You want a cookie?
I would love a cookie. Dude,
I would love a
would
cookie,
love
too.
a cookie.
I've been up for 3.5 hours and I have not had breakfast. I would love a cookie.
Okay. I've listened to 2 of these. So yeah, I'll say it was Cannibal Corpse who was formed elsewhere.
That's correct.
Oh, nice.
New York band.
Yes.
They were born out of that weird ass hardcore music New York scene that, fucking
Which,
Swan.
Yes, a very interesting scene of death metal, which took more influence from punk, even crossing into
No wave.
slam at points.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes, but they did move
Lydia
to
Lunch.
they did move to Tampa eventually to kind of soak in the juices of that scene.
It's turned into a deep cuts video for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was good.
That is literally how I know that.
Well done. All right. Next up is Jake's question for me on metal.
Which of these metal bands has a self-titled album? A. Bell Witch. B. Panopticon. C. Boris. D. The Dillinger Escape Plan.
Obviously, Dillinger don't. Boris have a lot of fucking albums. But it's fucking with me because I can't think of a self-titled Boris album. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So this is which one is the only one that does have a self-titled, right?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
band has a self-titled album?
Can't think of a Panopticon self-titled album, but it's possible. No, I just don't think they have one. God, I hate saying that. I could be so completely wrong. And what was the other option? The first one you
Bell
said, I think?
Witch.
Bell Witch. In my head, Longing is their first album, but I could be wrong about that. I'm gonna change gears. I'm gonna say Panopticon.
That's correct.
Yes.
Panopticon is the only band with a
Nice.
self-titled album.
Yeah.
The Dillinger Escape Plan choice is fucky because they do have a self-titled E EP.
Yeah. It was one of those things where as soon as I said I don't think it's Panopticon out loud, my body rejected that statement.
Mhm.
It just happened.
Shout out.
Well, it's also just like their least notable album.
Yeah. Next up is August question for Jake.
According to the Rate Your Music charts, which of these years had the most metal albums released during it? Was it A, 1970, B, 1971, C, 1972, or D, 1973?
And like this is just a random year that you picked. This isn't like the first Like it's
These
not
were all the earliest years in which metal was a listed genre on Rate Your Music's charts. The first four
Okay. I'll say 72.
is incorrect.
70, 71, or 73?
Correct.
71.
Is incorrect.
I suppose I'll
Morgan?
go 73 then.
Is incorrect also.
Ow.
It is
I don't-
1970.
Yeah.
It is 4, 2, 2, and 3.
Wow.
Huh?
That's
it.
okay. Damn.
I once again I reject the hypothesis.
You and your hypothesis rejecting.
Yeah, what are you, a fucking scientist now?
Yeah, bitch.
This motherfucker's smoking the scientific method up in here. Anyway. Next question is Morgan's for August on metal.
Because I have done a Between the Buried and Me related question every year, purely
Time-honored
unintentionally.
tradition.
We must have another. Which of the following artists did Between the Buried and Me not cover on their covers album The Anatomy of? It was A, Soundgarden, B, Motley Crue, C, Nine Inch Nails, or D, Blind Melon.
Yeah, I mean, I have no basis for this, as per usual. Blind Melon is like such a funny one that I feel that has to be true. That doesn't feel correlated. 9 Inch
Band
Nails
got their name from Counting Crows, so
yeah,
That's-
exactly.
That's true.
what was your answer?
9 Inch Nails.
Correct.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Blind Melon, overlooked band.
Mm-hmm.
Last question before the bonus is my question from Morgan. Which of the following metal albums is the only one of these four not to reach number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart? So the big general albums chart, which is the only metal album of the four not to reach number 1. Tool's Lateralis, Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory, Korn's Follow the Leader, or Rage Against the Machine's The Battle of Los Angeles.
I'm going to go with Lateralis.
That is incorrect.
Fuck.
So it goes to August now. The only one of these not to reach number 1. Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory, Korn's Follow the Leader, or Rage Against the Machine's Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh, I'm gonna say the Rage Against the Machine.
It's incorrect.
Ah, shame.
So Jake.
That means it's between Tool and Korn,
No, it's between Korn and Linkin Park.
Korn and Linkin Park.
or Korn and Linkin Park.
I knew this answer would piss me off.
Is it Hybrid Theory?
It is.
Oh my god.
Wow! Holy shit!
That's wild.
That's nuts.
Yes, I know. It surprised me as well. I was like, fuck, that's so surprising. I have to use it.
I was gonna say, like, I just can't say Korn. It feels like too much of a like, oh, they wouldn't figure that Korn would have gone number 1.
Yeah, Follow the Leader was number 1 for 1 week. Battle of Los Angeles. Korn had many number 1 albums. Tool's Lateralis was number 1. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Meteora did go to number 1, the second Linkin Park album.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now we hit the bonus question, which is August to ask.
I'm glad I saved this for the bonus because this is a fun one.
This is going to piss me off so much.
John Petrucci of Dream Theater is
So mad.
the uncle of the guitarist of which of these progressive metal bands? Is it A, Animals as Leaders, B, Cloud Kicker, C, Periphery, or D, Tesseract? 3, 2, 1. Jake, you got it. It is Periphery.
It is not a genre, motherfuckers.
Which
Woo!
which
He is-
guitarist?
Jake Bowen's uncle.
Oh, so like the least notable one.
Yeah.
Okay, the points as they currently stand are
In fourth place, August with 24.
All right.
In tied second place, me and Morgan with 30.
Oh,
Oh no.
But having retaken a confident lead with 38 is Jake. So, however, we have 4 questions left. And let me remind you how the scoring works for these questions.
Let me fucking remind you.
Each of us are going to ask one question with a number. Hopefully, you've all picked a reasonably high number that everyone else has to estimate. Now, what will happen here is that no matter what, one person on each of these questions will get 8 points. It is whoever is closest. Whoever is second closest will get 4 points. Whoever is third closest will get 2 points. So everyone who answers will get points in these 4 questions. So, of course, we'll do this in jams and tea order. So Jake will ask first, and the format will be the same, where we'll each write an answer down and present at the same time. So, Jake, your first question of round 9, the numbers game.
Even though they've only been active for a decade, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard are a very prolific band that releases multiple records in every single year. That said, how many studio albums do they have to their name? All right. 3, 2, 1, show them. The correct answer is 24, putting Riley in first, August in second, and Morgan in third.
Oh, I can't tell you how good that feels, especially because my first instinct was 24. I feel like when we reviewed, I could be off here, I feel like when we reviewed Omnium Gatherum, I feel like that was their 20th. I had that in my head somewhere.
You might be correct. Let's see, 20.
It could have been.
And there's 21 with Ice.
Yeah, that's right.
Changes Petrodragonic. Yeah, 24.
Hope everyone in that band dies.
Now it is August's question in the numbers game for the rest of us.
Across the group's 7 studio albums, what is the total number of milliseconds of music in the Mars Volta's discography?
Oh, get fucked.
You wanted a big number?
But I don't even know like frame of reference for that. I've got to figure out seconds and then times it by 1,000, I think.
Okay.
I've got to figure out seconds, like that's a thing.
Fuck's sake.
Three, 2, 1.
So
Jake, you are the closest. It is 26 million.
Ooh,
I put 108 billion.
So that puts Morgan in second and Riley in third.
The correct answers so far have been 24 and 26 million.
In a percentage, how much of the runtime of Rush's 2112 is made up of its title track?
Oh, all these fucking math questions. Son of a bitch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Jake is the closest, followed by August and then Riley.
What is the actual number?
Yeah.
53.33%.
Ooh. I
what did you put,
my
Jake?
answer by like 0.1 a little bit at first, so
jeez.
yeah. 52.9. I had 53 actually, but I wanted to be on the lower side in case.
That was a good one because I knew it was just like slightly more than half of the time.
Yeah.
I wonder who's gonna win the fucking quiz this year.
The final question for today. Since the Billboard Hot 100 began in August 1958, almost exactly 65 years ago. How many number one singles have there ever been?
1958.
That's correct.
Almost 65 years ago, you said.
Well, yeah, it's 1 month shy of
Dang.
65 years ago.
Okay.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Okay, show your answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, Jake, you're definitely the furthest from the right answer. I actually need to do a little bit of math now because the right answer is somewhere between Morgan and August.
What is the right answer for reference?
The right answer is 1,202. On average, each year, across all 65 years, there's an average of 18, roughly, number one songs. Although that number has decreased considerably in recent years. But yeah.
like, is it set within a specific time that different things go to number one? Like, I'm not sure
It's
how
just
that works.
how many songs have ever hit number one, and like individual songs have ever hit number
And
one.
I figure it updates every week, correct?
That's right. Yes.
Yes. So my idea was
Okay.
65 times 52, which is 3,380. So I was like, it's lower than
Okay,
that.
yeah, I didn't put that into consideration at all.
Well, we have the final scores of the quiz today, to Morgan's delight.
Haha.
And tied third place. We have no outright loser this year.
Oh.
Which is
Except for the two people that lost.
well,
You ain't first, you're last, Ricky Bobby.
it's funny because I think that there's a closer range between the three losers than there ever has been before. But
Probably.
maybe a wider victory, which we'll get to.
Oh, Jesus.
August and Morgan with 40 points. Then it's me with 42. And then it's Jake with 56. Those final questions really, really kicked it.
Jake, do you have the discographies picked out, or will you leave us in suspense?
I will leave you in suspense just because I haven't thought about it at all.
Okay. Well,
so it'll be next week when we record our Now episode. I'll reveal that.
Yes, next week Jake will reveal the assigned discographies.
And wait, what's the ranking overall?
So it's August and Morgan in joint third, then myself in second, and then
I'm gonna compromise because you two tied, and even though you got last place, I'm not gonna give you a complete shit discography, either of you.
Oh my gosh.
But okay, there we go. That brings us to the end of the 4th annual Jams and Tea music quiz. Let us know how you did at home, what you thought, how you did on each of the rounds, what you thought of the questions, any feedback that you have, or just comments about the quiz in general. If you enjoyed it, I hope you did. Hope you found it entertaining. Hope you found the questions interesting and engaging and all that sort of jazz. Let us know if you want to see it. I mean, we're going to keep doing this. It doesn't matter how much it hurts. It's just a part of us.
The annual pain we experience from this quiz it is yet another pain.
I was excited for this. Idiot child.
I'm
just stoked that I went from third to second. I'm pleased with that.
I went from fourth to third.
In a sense.
In a sense, yeah.
No,
I was high as shit last year. Explain that.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing if you haven't already. Both those things help us out an awful lot. If you want to go above and beyond and support us directly for just $1 a month, you can become a member of the Jams and Tea family. Get your name in the title crawl of each video on this channel. Plus, if you want to recommend us some music to listen to and talk about, your recommendation will go to the top of the pile.
As always, folks, rock over London, rock on Chicago. Jeopardy! This is Jeopardy!